Welcome back to Let's Play the New Legend of Zelda. Third quest. I'm Nitro6003. Today, we're going to take out level 6. But first, we have to buy stuff because our wallet is maxed out at the moment. And that is never a good thing. Having a wallet that is maxed out before you even start a level. We should be able to easily get level 6 done in this part. And then we'll move on to level 7. And I'm going to fair warn you, level 7 is not easy. So let's get remote super bombs. Let's pick up a enemy bait. So that we have that. I'm pretty sure I want to get that too. And that's going to empty out my wallet quite a lot to about 50 rupees, which is exactly what I need for a potion. Alright, so we'll start getting some money again as we head towards level 6 in this part. And we will get remote bombs later. More importantly, it is time to go take out level 6 and move on. Although if I continue to get money the way I'm getting it right now, I may want to change my tactics just a little. So level 6 is in the graveyard. If you paid attention to the clue in level 5, it says to honor the dead before entering level 6 or something to that extent. And so we are going to make our way now to the graveyard where level 6 resides. And there is a potion shop on our way, which we can get a blue potion. And don't forget, level 6 is here in Hyrule. So here is your potion shop, and I'm going to continue by emptying out my wallet just a little bit more. Alright, so level 6, in case you were wondering, is this direction. And you have to pass all these Lionels to get there. But now it should be a lot easier now that we don't just have a wooden sword, we have the magical sword, and that will make things just a little easier for us. So on this screen, if you blow your whistle, you will find level 6, the shovel. Alright, so here we go through level 6. And there's quite a few dark rooms in this place, so make sure you have your candle. Make sure you have potions and all that kind of good stuff, as you will probably need it. So you've already upgraded Gibdos. And oh, hello, clock. Oh, fantastic way to start off this region of things. And we want to get rid of him. I don't need the fairy. I don't know. I think I should be able to get this. Yeah, this Pole's voice here was in the wall, so I wasn't sure if I'd be able to get him or not. I was. And we are at full health, and we still have quite a bit of money to get, so we can get the remote regular bombs as well. We should be able to get that prior to going into level 7, if all goes well. So now we want our hammer in this room. And this is also another good room for refills. Just break all their shields. And it'll make your life a lot easier. Alright, so before you can go up, obviously you need to go to the right. You need to find another key, and I need my boomerang for this little region of things. And your kind of best bet is to also get a clock in this room if you can get it. But no matter, these Gyptos are not as terrible as other enemies in this game. So grab your key and continue on. Yeah, this level's pretty straightforward. There's really not a heck of a lot that's tricks or any of that stuff in here. Now, this room I'm going to just fair warn you because because you have to take a little bit of a detour and you have to go to the left. And this is going to give you the clue for level 7. And you will need the raft to get there, which we already have. Alright, so another dark room here and a bunch of different poles, boys. Remember, the blue ones are bombs. Hello, clock. Remember, blue ones are bombs. The gray ones, since they match your hammer, are hammer poles, voice. And now we can go up. Door to our left is a one-way passage. And you do have to come this way before making your way through the rest of the level. And I'll explain why in just a second. So here you have Gyptos of all different shapes and sizes. You also have a pole's voice, hammer pole's voice. Hello, clock. And that is all I needed from this place, because now I have a free pass through this room. And you know what? Clocks are just one more thing that make this just a little easier, but this quest really is a heck of a lot harder than any of the others that we have done so far. Alright, now we have another room of Gyptos here. And it really would help if you had the map at this point, but you do not. So you just have to kind of go with the flow here. And of course, get rid of the fire guys. Now, unfortunately, your boomerang really is not as helpful as it is in other quests that you may do later, but it is still pretty darn good item here. Let's see if we can't get his shield here. All right, so now we're gonna go down, and you'll see why we had to come this way in just a moment. And this is really a great room to just get yourself back up to full health. Dark Nuts have always been like that, I guess, since the original Legend of Zelda. And there's money in here, but don't be satisfied with just that. You want to go into this passage here, and you need to find the silver arrow, because there's an upgraded Goma in this place, and he is tough. He is a silver Goma, and I'm almost positive that he only takes silver arrows and higher. In fact, that's what you need for the rest of the game anyway. You need your silver arrows to beat level 9 as is, so it's better that you find it here than not at all. And yes, you do have to listen to the old man once again. But luckily for us, he's really not too much of a hassle, and the Dark Nuts here have respawned, but that's okay. Alright, so now we're in this room, and we're gonna walk straight up before doing anything, and this is why you want super bombs for this room. Look at all that money and those clocks and those refills. Just from one super bomb, And that is why I got them, because of this room right here. And I will certainly have enough money at the end of this place to get remote bombs. All right, so this next room is kind of on the uglier side of things. So, oh, I apologize. Not this room. The next room up, which we'll be getting to momentarily. First, we want to get our hammer ready. And if you can get rid of the dark nuts first, that's probably to your benefit. And there's a clock. And unfortunately, you do have to use at least one bomb in this room, regardless, because the door will not open without it. All right, so we have to go to the left first. All right, so this stuff here is all just normal enemies for this kind of place. This is really what you usually see in a level 6. Sorry, in a level 5, not a level 6. But again, the enemies in this quest are much, much more difficult than they were in others New Legend of Zeldas, for obvious reasons. You're almost to the end. Once you beat this one, there's only really one more to go, and that one certainly is not as bad. All right, so here we have the dongos. So let us light our way. And by the way, this is where you will find your magic jar. Best place to stand, right there. Just do not lose your super bomb. They're expensive. There is magic container number 6. And here we go into this room with more dark nuts, more Gibdos, and oh, hello, clock! Yay! Clocks are awesome. Don't underestimate how great a clock could be. And of course, you do need to find that key. All right, so now we can go down, and remember, I didn't necessarily go each way just yet. I left a specific thing open on purpose. All right, so we are going to get down there in just a sec, but this is this next room that I was talking about coming up is a doozy. So, welcome, Grey Goma. So if you position yourself just right, and that is where you need to position yourself, you could shoot him, and he can't do a darn thing about it. But his brother, which you'll be fighting in the next level, by the way, is not quite as easy as this one is. And he takes five silver arrow shots, I believe. I lost count while I was actually counting, and I do apologize. And that's why I have plenty of arrows. And there he goes, down he goes. And I am pretty much at full health, which is fantastic, going into a room full of Gibdos. And your boss key is right there. So we're pretty much now in the home stretch. And by the way, you're going to find when you fight the next Silver Goma, it's in a very similar situation as that one is, where you have statue shooters and you really want to use the statue shooters to your advantage in that level, and I'll show you guys that when we get to it shortly. Oh, and by the way, these guys will respawn, and since they have, I'm going to take advantage of their respawn and also get more money and try to get refills. Yeah, I want to be at full health. I would like to be at full money if possible, so I can buy more stuff on the way out. Alright, remember I told you not to necessarily clear this room because you don't really want the enemies to respawn, since you have to kill them anyway a second time. Now you could, I suppose, kill them and go to the left first if you like. That's entirely up to you and how you would like to play. I just like to do it this way, but everybody is different. Some people may or may not want to do that, but these skull shooters, I think they're called Nugent balls or something, are in randomizer, as I've mentioned before. And with the magical sword, it just makes it just a little bit easier. So now we're going to go up to this room, and yes, you have a Patra. And drunk bubbles and statue shooters. So you really kind of don't have a lot of room to maneuver, unfortunately. And a clock would be really good, but it's not necessary to beat this room, certainly. You should be able to do it without it. If you just kind of hide out in the doorway and just let the Patra run into his own demise. And try to get hit by the statue shooters rather than the drunk bubble. And I think I just did get hit. And you know what? I only wasted one thing, so not terrible. So now we can finally, with our key, go to the right. We're just about done, by the way. But we still have at least one or two more difficult rooms to go. And this would be a really good room to also get a clock. Hello. As I said, this would also be a very good room to get a clock. And yes, this is slow movement for you, and you only. The enemies don't react to that. And here is a bomb Aquamentus with drunk bubble support and statue support. So what you really want to do in this room is kind of wait your turn, wait for the drunk bubbles to get out of the way, and use one super bomb to just take out the bomb Aquamentus, like so. Grab your map, and as you can see, we're gonna go up. All right, so here in this room, just a bunch of Gibdos and stuff like that, and easier enemies. Certainly not as hard as the rest of the dungeon is. And there's a clock, which even makes it easier. You can actually skip this room if you like. I like killing all the enemies, personally. But that's just me. Alright, so here you have a bunch of hammer poles voice, and they really should not be much of an issue for you at this point, especially when you get a clock. Take out all them, and we'll be at almost pretty much full health when we get to the boss, which is kind of nice. Or at least we have a shot at being at full health. So the last leg of the dungeon will continue. Now, this room, do not worry about these enemies here. Try to get rid of them as quickly as possible. and go to the left. You don't need to worry about them. Just leave them alone. And this is just a bunch of statue shooters, and and if you have to use a potion, it's better to use a potion than dying. And here is the boss, which is, by the way, a Gleeok. I'm going to get my potion ready just in case. Rapid fire Gleeok. And he also has statue support. So what you kind of want to do is make a circle like I am right here. And you'll take less damage because you're moving and he is not. Well, he's moving, but not like that. Oh. Well, that's okay. I used my potion. Finished him off anyway. And that takes care of level 6 in a nutshell. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go buy remote bombs right now. But before I do that, let's see if we can't get ourselves lucky with some money here. Maybe we can get ourselves an extra 100 rupees or so. Alright, so let us get a bunch of things now. We do have enemy bait. And I still have every money secret as well. And I will also have pretty much an empty wallet going into level 7, which is perfect because when I beat level 7, I will then be able to move on and get the red ring, which makes me very happy. Oh, but you not only can get the red ring, you can get a bunch of other items as well, so we'll probably have to spend a part or so getting items. So that may take a little bit of time. All right, so join me next time as we take out level. We'll go to level 7, and also we will buy some more bombs as well. I am Nitro603, and I'll see you guys next time.